Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy, Kingdom Soldier, and I'm back again with another gameplay slash commentary. Welcome to How to Be a Better Man, Part 4. If you haven't seen the other ones, they are some of the most liked videos and commented on videos on my channel that I've ever uploaded. And with not as many views as some of my videos, they have just as many, if not more, likes. And so I would tell you guys that you should go check them out. They're pretty cool. So this is the fourth one, and the question I want you to ask yourself today is, do you get muted a lot for talking too much in the pregame lobby? Do you get muted a lot for talking too much in the pregame lobby? Now, I know that sometimes I go into a lobby with Ocho Blanco or one of my other buddies, and I will forget, both of us will maybe forget that we're in public chat, and we'll forget that we're not in a party, and you know, you just start talking about stuff as if nobody else can hear you, and the other players are just like, what? And then you can assume that they mute you. Now, the reason I make that assumption is because when I go into a lobby and someone else is doing that, I mute them immediately. You know, it's like a mutiny. I'm like, I'm muting you. And I even mute teammates. Sometimes I get into games with players and they'll have other friends playing in the game, or even some of my other friends, but they just start talking too much about stuff that I'm not interested in, and I mute them. And, you know, that's unfortunate because it probably doesn't help our game when we're trying to play on a team. And I'll normally unmute them during the game. And I love that Black Ops 2 has the mute all except party feature. That's just awesome. But, you know, you have to ask yourself, the question is, do you get muted a lot? And what I'm really getting to, guys, is what is your communication style? You know, how often do you talk, and when do you talk? And what do you say? When do you say it? And the reason why you want to ask yourself that question is because whether or not you are an introvert or an extrovert, or a strong communicator and networker, or someone who has more, you know, is a better listener and someone with more interpersonal savvy, that is a strength. Either way, it doesn't matter if you're that person that can get in small groups and talk a lot. You know, like when you get together with your 4 or 5 friends, you're the one that does all the talking, but everybody loves listening to you and they laugh at everything you say. Or if you're the person that when you get into a group of like 4 or 5 adults, or 4 or 5 of your peers, you kind of are the one that just listens a lot, and then you throw in your little anecdotes. And that's where I find myself on that side of the fence, is that I have a really strong interpersonal savvy. I have a real strong emotional IQ. I guess they called it when I was at Starbucks, like a high emotional IQ, where I understand when someone else needs to be listened to, and I listen more than I talk. And it's one of the things that people like about me, is that, and some people probably think I'm shy, but in reality, you know, like what I do at the church is I talk in front of large groups of people. And I've done that at Starbucks as well. At Starbucks, I've spoken to 500 of my peers at once. And at the church, you know, I speak to 600 or more at once. And so there is a direct link between those two things. Normally, people that talk a lot in smaller groups, they don't want to talk in front of larger groups. There's just, I don't know how that lines up or how that works, but that's important for you to know about yourself, is what type of a communicator are you. It'll make a difference in every relationship you have in your life, and the important ones that it'll make a difference in is your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your wife, and your relationship with your boss or your employees if you are a boss. The reason why I was so successful at Starbucks is because I recognized, and they recognized early on, that I had a really strong sense of interpersonal savvy. And I could get people to do what I needed them to do, whether it was sell a product, or be nice to customers, or be forgiving to really mean customers. I could get people to do those things, or work hard in general, because I listened to them more than I talked to them. So I listened enough to where I knew what they wanted to hear, I knew what was important to them, and I would speak about those things, you know, and that was one of the things I did well as a manager. It's one of the things that helped me in a 3-year time go all the way from the lowest person on the totem pole in the store to the highest person on the totem pole in the store, and managing a multi-million-dollar business when I had never managed a business before in my life. They only believed I had the gusto to do it because of my interpersonal savvy. On the other side, there are people that would be great at like network marketing, and things like that. I know some people see network marketing as like, pyramid schemes and stuff like that, but in reality, there's people that are making millions of dollars doing network marketing. YouTube technically is network marketing. Ultimately, you are growing your channel and you are the product, but you are growing your channel by convincing other people to listen to what you have to say. You're selling something, and it just happens to be yourself. It's the same thing, and multi-level marketing is a place that people that have that real strong ability to talk to smaller groups and can have really strong conversations one-on-one, they could thrive in that type of an environment. And it's important to know if you should be in the office building, or if you should be in the retail environment. It's important to know that. Should you be the lawyer that's in the courtroom, or should you be the lawyer that's in the courthouse, behind the scenes, or should you be the judge? All of that comes down to a really important part of that is how you communicate. And so I want you guys to ask yourself the question, how do I communicate? And when do I communicate? And why do I communicate when I do? It's really important to know that. And when you can tell someone in an interview for a job what type of communication style you have and whether you are a strong networker, it depends on the job you're looking for. But if you can tell someone that you are strong with networking and building relationships with people really quickly, or if you can tell them, I am very strong when it comes to interpersonal savvy, I'm a strong listener, and I'm able to influence people to get things done by listening to them, finding out what's important to them, and then talking to them about what's important to them when I'm asking them to do something. Whatever it is, you will be a better man. You'll be more successful in life. You'll be more successful in relationships, especially, man, I'm telling you guys, when it comes to there's nothing more important in a marriage than communication. And when you understand, my wife is an extrovert. My wife can make friends in 5 minutes. She can walk into a room and not know anyone and walk out with 20 people's names. She just has that ability. I'm the complete opposite. I walk in a room, if I don't know anybody, I'll walk out of the room and not know anybody. And that's just the way I am. However, if you put me in front of that room and told me to tell them something important, I can tell them something important. And the reason is, that's just, I've spent so much time thinking about what I'm going to say that when I finally say something, it's impactful to people. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. Please, if you are on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I keep saying that, but I've switched my Twitter. I have a new one. It's Kingdom_Soldier. I tweet out a lot of stuff about games, but I also am going to start tweeting out when I have subscriber challenges and things like that. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next How to Be a Better Man. I think I got 2 or 3 more of these coming up. This is your boy, Kingdom Soldier, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.